Hello everyone, welcome to Make Draft and Strength. So this is our another problem on orthographic projection. So let's start with the front view. So here the front view looking in the direction X. So the total length is equal to 78 and the total height is equal to 120. You can easily calculate the height from this object. Okay, so let's start with a rectangular face, front rectangular face looking in the direction X. So the center line of the cylindrical boss, there is one bigger cylindrical section. So that cylindrical boss center line you have to calculate from the upper direction or from the lower direction. From upper direction it's 15 plus 72. So just mark it and draw one center line. Next, the rectangular dimensions are 24 by 78. So mark 12 mm at the both side of the center line and draw that rectangular face. Complete with a darker line. Next, the lower side of the cylindrical boss we can easily see from the front view. So draw it with a straight lines. Next, move towards the holes. There are the 3 holes at the rectangular part. So from the object take the dimensions that 15 mm from the both side and the 24 apart from the each other. So mark the center point and draw the circles. So here the dimension is, diameter of the circle is 9 mm. So draw the 3 circles. Next, move towards the ribs. So there are the 2 vertical ribs apart from each other 24 mm. So mark center point and mark the distance 24 mm. That's the both side of the center point. It's 12 mm. The thickness of the rib it is 9 mm. So mark 9 mm and draw that ribs. So whenever we see from the front the curves, that the upper curves, semicircular curves are converted into the straight lines. So here I draw the rectangle. So complete it with the horizontal lines. Okay, so these are our 2 ribs. Next, move towards the middle support in between the 2 ribs. So the dimensions of the middle support from the upper direction it's 24 plus 15, it is equal to 39. So mark 39 and draw that horizontal line. Next, move towards the there is one upper section of the cylindrical boss is remaining, so that line is remaining. So it's 24 plus 9, it is equal to 33. So from the center line mark 33 and draw, complete the cylindrical boss. So here at the ribs the line is not visible, so mention it with a dotted line and complete the cylindrical boss. Okay, next move towards the inclined ribs. So the dimension it is from the upper face it is 27. So mark 27 and draw that inclined line at the both side. Next, at the semicircular part there are the 2 holes. So draw it with the hidden lines, that radius is equal to 15. So draw the center line and the diameter of the cylinder, diameter of the hole it is 12 mm. So mark 6 mm from the both side and show it with a dotted line. So here our most of the part is get complete. So next move towards the invisible part. There is one core, that the cylindrical core is there, hollow section. So the diameter is 48. So mark 24 mm at the both side of the center line and show it with a dotted line because it's invisible from the front view looking in the direction X. And the ribs here, the ribs are not connected with the rectangular face, so I'm just correcting this with the small curves and the gap in between the rectangular face. So here our front view is get complete. So mention the dimension as you can and follow the rules at the time of mentioning the dimensions. Don't repeat the dimensions. So the 6 holes diameter is 9 mm and the rib thickness it's 9. Okay, so 4 to 5 dimensions are enough to show in any section, front view or the top view. Okay, so next move towards the top view. So here for the top view we required the length and the width. So here the width it is 72 and the length it is 78. So draw first rough box. So in the top view here in this object all the 4 lines are visible. So I darken it and there is some gap in between the cylindrical boss and the rectangular face. Whenever we calculate the width, it's 72 minus the cylindrical boss dia, so it's 66. So remaining is 6. So 3 mm at the both side. So here I draw the 3 mm and 3 mm at the both side because it's not visible, but there is a curve and a straight line in between the cylindrical boss and the rectangular face. Okay. Next move towards the rib. So there are the 2 ribs which I incline. So from the top view they are converted into the straight lines. So here these are the 2 ribs. Okay, take dimensions from the front view. Next there are the 2 inclined supports, 2 ribs and 1 middle support. So again mark center point and draw one center line first. Then the thickness of this rib is 9 mm. So draw that 2 ribs and 1 middle support with the thickness. So here next there is a core or the hollow section, that the dia of the hollow section is 48. So mark 24 mm at the both side and show it with the hidden lines. Next there are the 2 holes at the semicircular part. So the dia of these 2 holes are 12 mm. So 6 mm at the both side and draw it with the dotted lines. So these are invisible parts which are not seen from the top view. Next there are the 9 holes at the rectangular face. So again from the front view we have to take the dimensions. So just take a reference line, from the reference line draw it with a dotted line and show all the 9 holes with the hidden lines. If you like this kind of content related to engineering subject, please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. If you have any doubt about any problem or the topic, feel free to ask in comments. And if there is a specific topic or the concept you would like me to cover in a future video, so please let me know. I will happy to create a content based on your suggestions. Okay, so this is all about the top view. Okay, here the top view is get complete, and next move towards the side view. So here in a side view, draw a rough box, and there are the two circles, that the cylindrical box and the middle one. Okay, so the diameter is 48 and the another is 66. So I draw these two circles. Then there is a rectangular face, but there is one small straight line. It's a 3 mm. So draw that line, and small curve is there. Okay, so I finish it. So here the rectangular face dimensions are 78 by 24. So from the front view, here I take a reference line from the front view, that the rectangular face 24. So, and the 3 mm lines are there, horizontal lines. So in between these small horizontal lines and the curve, there are the small curve. Okay, so these small curves we have to draw with a French curve like this. Okay, here I show you one, and with this you have to complete the other three. Okay, so here the cylindrical boss and the rectangular section is get complete. Next, move towards the ribs. There is a semicircular section at the top. So from the front view, take reference lines of the center line, draw semicircle and the inclined lines which are tangent to the curves. Next, there is one middle circle, hole is there. So the dimensions of this hole are 512. So take dimensions and draw this circle. Next, whenever we see from the front, the inclined lines are converted into the straight line. So the middle rib, inclined rib, is converted into the straight line. So the thickness of this rib is 9. So we have to divide it with a center line. Okay, and we have to take the height from the reference from the front view. Okay, I earlier mentioned that there are 9 holes, but actually there are 6 holes. So whenever we see from the side view, so these holes are not visible, so show it with the dotted lines. And the middle support height is less, so take a reference from the front and show it with the dotted lines. So here our side view is get complete. So mention all the required dimensions. If you like this kind of content related to engineering subject, please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.